Could I have your attention to get your audio checks right now? We're going to get started here in just a minute or two once I stop rambling on. And so just give me a thumbs up. To Rebecca Saltzman.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rebecca Saltzman, and over the last 12 years, I've had the privilege to represent North Berkeley BART on the BART Board of Directors. And I'm excited to be here with several of my elected colleagues, the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency, and our partners at the California State Transportation Agency. To highlight awards for two exciting projects that will improve transit service and station access and increase transit ridership. It is my pleasure to introduce the head of the California State Transportation Agency, Secretary Tokes Omishakin, who will talk about the first project award. As Secretary of the California State Transportation Agency, he has prioritized partnerships and community engagement to create a cleaner, safer, more equitable, and connected transportation system across the state. Please join me in welcoming Secretary Tokes Omishakin.
Thank you, Madam Director. A very good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thanks for taking the time to be here. This is an exciting day, a momentous day for transportation in California, and transportation and transit specifically in the Bay Area. I'm honored, excited to join elected officials standing with me this afternoon on behalf of Governor Newsom to announce a major grant opportunity for the system operators and the leaders here. Now, it's very rare that sometimes us in government that we get a chance to work on programs that you get to see the fruit of the labor very quickly, very soon. Sometimes we're working on projects that are very conceptual in nature, that take 20 to 30 to 40 years out. And some of the things that we're going to announce funding for today have been around for multiple decades in the planning efforts. But with this funding, with Governor Newsom and the state legislature stepping up, we're going to be able to make these projects happen very, very soon. So very tangible outcomes are going to be seen here in the Bay Area in the coming months and coming years. And so I want to start just there about the elected officials and folks that are present. We can't get to a day like today, a momentous day like today, without a focus on partnership. From the federal government to state to local officials have all been a part of making a day like today happen. So I want to start with some of those partners and thanking them. Number one, I want to thank MTC and its CEO, Andy Vermeer, for a lot of the partnership efforts that they've led from a planning standpoint and even taking projects into action. Thanks to Andy, I don't see him here, but I know he's always heavily involved in transportation planning efforts from the MTC for the region. Also want to thank BART General Manager and CEO and also the San Francisco Muni CEOs who are both present today. You will hear from them, their comments, Jeff Tomlin and Bob Powers. I think Bob is in a meeting, in a board meeting. We scheduled this on the day of a board meeting, so Bob is still there. And also Rob Padgett. Rob, thanks for being here as well, and all the work that you do in partnership with the local transit agencies, transportation agencies within the region. And also to the elected officials, as I mentioned, our legislative partners and local officials. I'm excited that Senator Wiener, who is a major champion, as many people know, for transit and transportation, sustainable transportation across the state. Senator Wiener is here. Thank you, Senator, for your partnership and efforts over the many years on the work that we do. The Mayor Aragon from the City of Berkeley, thank you, Mayor, as well. We've worked on issues from housing for many years on the state right-of-way, so good to see you, and thanks for being here. And Councilmember Karsawani, I don't have a method. Oh yeah, Councilmember, thank you as well. Thank you for taking the time to be here. Also want to express thanks to our team. There are people who worked very hard on our team to make a project like this one happen. Chad Edison, our Chief Deputy Secretary for Rail and Transit. Chad, appreciate all your hard work. One of his team members, Anthony Cerner, Policy Advisor, Rail and Transit also, and Tammy McGowan, our Deputy Secretary for Communications. So, now to the big part, to the exciting part of this announcement and why you are all here today. BART, major congratulations to them. They will be receiving $25 million. Yes, please give them a hand. Yeah. The $25 million will be going to the North Berkeley Transit-Oriented Development Mobility Enhancement Project. As I mentioned, this project has been around for multiple decades in efforts to make this happen. These parking lots that you see surrounding us will be mixed-use developments in the very near future with retail and commercial and office space below and residential units above. This project will invest in the mobility enhancements necessary to transform existing surface parking lots around this North Berkeley BART station into a vibrant, high-density, mixed-use development. The project will reduce dependency on personal vehicles by enhancing access to public transit and improving bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure. And listen to this, when the project is completed in less than 4 years, when it's completed, it will have 750 units across 5 new apartment complexes. 750 units, that deserves a hand. That's major. 50% of these units will be dedicated to households earning up to 80% of the area median income. So affordable housing is going to be kept in mind with this. Embedding into this project equitable access to housing and transportation. So a truly transformative project connecting to BART. So again, congratulations to Team BART on its $25 million award. And so, finally, the other major announcement that we're making today in funding from the TIRCP program is to SFMTH, San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency, as they will be receiving $130 million. $130 million. Also a project that has been talked about for decades as well. The Train Control Upgrade Program project will significantly enhance the frequency, capacity, efficiency, and reliability of the Muni Metro Light Rail network through the installation of a state-of-the-art communications-based train control system. So no more relying on an outdated system that's slower than dial-up. As crazy as that sounds, this system has been around, for, as I mentioned, for more than 3 decades, and this funding opportunity from the state will upgrade that. In addition to increasing capacity, it will introduce enhanced safety features with the subway system and establishes a foundation for future upgrades to on-street segments of the Muni Metro network. We couldn't be prouder of these 2 transformative projects for the region. We at CalSTR, we take a lot of fulfillment knowing that every dollar from this funding will translate to bolstered quality of life improvements from people in our communities. So let's keep pushing forward together on these projects. A famous American philosopher, William James, in 1902 said, "The greatest use of life is for something that lasts longer than you." The greatest use of life is to work on something that lasts longer than you. The positive impacts of these investments, the decisions that we're making from the state, Governor Newsom and this state legislature, these positive investments are going to last well beyond us in improving the quality of life for people. It's going to impact equity. It's going to impact things like the environment. It's going to make a difference there. It's going to enhance economic opportunity for this community and beyond. So a momentous, again, day for us in transportation and transit for this region. I just left earlier this morning. I was doing a similar announcement in Orange County. And so it's a huge day for us in transportation and state, but more importantly, the impact that this is going to have on the people of the Bay Area is what we're most excited about. So again, congratulations to BART, to Muni. We look forward to speedy developments happening around this. As we know, these efforts have been around for multiple decades. Again, congratulations, and thank you all for taking the time to be here. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Secretary. BART and the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency work together to serve about 400,000 riders who transfer between our two systems every month. When one of our agencies is successful, we both succeed, and we are partners in the future of a thriving Bay Area. I am pleased to introduce the Director of Transportation for the SFMTA, Jeffrey Tumlin.
Thank you, Rebecca. My name is Jeffrey Tumlin. I'm the Executive Director of the San Francisco Municipal Transportation Agency. And we are so grateful to Secretary Omishakin, to Chad Edison, and the rest of your colleagues at the California State Transportation Agency for this extraordinary grant. We're also grateful to our whole Muni team, and particularly Kathy Studwell and our grant team who is here, without whom this would not have been possible. Muni carries about half of all transit riders in the 9-county Bay Area, and a quarter of our riders transfer to other agencies elsewhere in the region. We also have the third busiest light rail system in the United States. Our current train control system is the most amazing technology of the early 1990s. Our train control system has to be loaded off of 3.5-inch floppy disks every morning. It is the greatest vulnerability of the Muni system. It is way past the end of its useful life, and it's not a question of if it will eventually fail. It is at the verge of failure at any moment. So we are very grateful, because if the system were to fail, we lose about 40% of the capacity of the system. With the new train control system, not only can we improve the capacity of the subway by 20%, but we can also expand the train control system to all of our surface lines, connecting to all of our traffic signals, to improve speed and reliability not only in the subway, but throughout the entire system. This is important not just for today's transit riders. San Francisco is firmly committed, like Berkeley, to meeting the region's housing needs. We have committed to 82,000 new housing units in San Francisco, and the bulk of those new houses will be on San Francisco's rail network. This project is critical not only for today's riders, but to deliver on that housing promise and to deliver on it in a way that free new San Francisco residents from being dependent upon their cars, while still allowing for existing residents to continue to drive when they need to drive. So we are so grateful that the state of California understands the importance of these nerdy technical upgrades to our existing infrastructure in order to deliver on our housing, our climate, our equity, and our economic development goals throughout the state. I am very pleased to introduce arguably the state legislature's greatest champion, not only for transit and for housing, San Francisco State Senator Scott Wiener.
Thank you, Jeff. This is incredibly exciting, and I particularly the modernization of the Muni train control system. I say that as a 27-year rider of Muni, and particularly of the subway, having commuted from Castro Station for 27 years, and having seen the good, the bad, and the ugly of that train control system. I've been around long enough to remember the summer of 1998. For anyone who's been around will remember what I'm talking about. That was a summer where the system was in complete meltdown, and that has not happened for a long time because of the hard work of SFMTA staff in keeping the system together, but we are long overdue to move away from the floppy disks and towards actual modern technology to run this essential public transportation system. And what today shows in terms of this funding for Muni's train control system, for the transformation of this BART station, is that state investment, state-level investment in public transportation really matters. And it can be the difference between success and failure. And in recent years, and I want to thank Governor Newsom and Secretary Omishakin and my colleagues in the legislature for really getting it when it comes to public transportation.